Here's the latest on Xtalks.com. One of the biggest trends driving change in the food industry is the growing expectation from both consumers and regulators for a more transparent supply chain. To find out how the industry is working to meet these new demands, Xtalks attended this year's 10th Annual Food Regulatory and Quality Assurance Summit. Hello, I'm Margot Rubin, Multimedia Editor and Webinar Moderator for Xtalks.com, and welcome to this edition of Xtalks Vitals. Our featured webinar for this episode is Building an Effective Global Supply Chain Through Implementation of Successful IOR Strategies. Click the link in the description below to register for this free webinar. Anton Paar is an Austrian research company that makes lab equipment to help food businesses solve quality control issues in their products.
One of the common issues that we have in the food industry is shelf life stability. Right? So you as a manufacturer, you want to make sure that your product's going to be safe and long-lasting the shelf.
Oxygen is one of the biggest contributors to spoilage in the food industry because oxidation allows microorganism growth, creating an environment for bacteria, yeast, and fungi to grow.
You want to have your formulation to be as stable as possible and to avoid oxygen pickup. And we have one of the technologies that's going to help you measure that.
The Oxidation Stability Tester helps manufacturers measure how vulnerable their product is to oxygen. So if it doesn't have strong resistance, its ingredients can be reformulated to withstand a longer shelf life. Carmo also claims Anton Paar's lab equipment allows manufacturers to track and record every step of their quality control process so they can prove to auditors during inspections they've remained compliant every step of the way.
And every single step is going to be logged, so you can have an audit trail to prove to agencies later, right, that you do what you were supposed to do. So that's a must for the food industry.
Next up is Ashton Potter, another technology leader in the food manufacturing sector. Counterfeit products are a growing problem in the food industry, but Ashton Potter's new ProLink technology, a SaaS-based solution that serializes, tracks, and authenticates each individual ingredient throughout the supply chain, is working to turn that trend around.
We get data collection at the lot code level for every ingredient that goes into a product. So when it comes in the door, we know exactly where it comes from. We know the vendor, we know the lot code from the vendor. And now as we use it, we put a code on it, if there isn't a code on it already, and allows them to basically track every ingredient that goes into what they're making.
With one scan of the lot code, the supplier will be able to identify anywhere the product has been in the supply chain.
And the idea is that we can collect the data and aggregate that data so you can get your forensic insight to control a recall or control your process or meet your compliance.
A third company that's providing innovative technology for the food industry is RiskCheck, an environmental health and safety consulting firm that uses a cloud-based platform to help the food industry keep track of compliance issues throughout their manufacturing plants.
The food industry, some of the risks that we've been able to identify and assist clients in mitigating is related to waste management. Waste is a huge issue for them and how they actually solve that. The other area is water management, so effluent discharges from cleaning operations and sanitation operations and chemical management as well.
Their interactive online system can be attached to a laptop or used via a mobile app, making it easy to take pictures of potential hazards.
If you're walking through a facility and say you're an operator at a facility and you see something that might be a compliance issue or a risk, it's easy. You could take a photo and then you can upload it onto the system and then actually issue corrective actions to quickly mitigate your risks in that area.
Whether it concerns security, compliance, or safety, the exciting new technology trends featured at the conference this year are all about providing transparency in food production. Subscribe to the Xtalks YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below, and visit xtalks.com for more information on this story. And our featured webinar for this episode is Building an Effective Global Supply Chain Through Implementation of Successful IOR Strategies. Click the link in the description below to register for this free webinar.